Hello, everybody. It's Sinner again. I want to talk about indigenous nationalism today. Oh, such a spooky topic, nationalism. Karl Marx, Lenin's, and Mao's perspectives on indigenous nationalism. So, everybody thinks nationalism is bad, right? Not all the time. Not all the time. Let's hop right into this. Where we'll start with Karl Marx. So Karl Marx did not extensively talk about indigenous nationalism. That's to be expected. Um, his writings primarily focused on the class struggle of capitalism and the socialist revolution. However, his theories of historical materialism and the relationship between the ruling class and the working class can be applied to various forms of nationalism, including indigenous nationalism. So, while Marx's analysis may not directly address indigenous nationalism, his ideas on the struggle of social justice and the emancipation of oppressed groups can provide a framework for the understanding and analyzing such movements. And that's all he really has to say about that. He really didn't talk about indigenous nationalism a lot. But, so let's move on to Lenin. So, Lenin, he acknowledged the importance of a national liberation struggle, including indigenous peoples. Lenin believed that oppressed nations had the right to self-determination, which meant that they should have the power to decide their own political and economic and cultural destinies. He argues that imperialism and colonialism were obstacles to the self-determination of oppressed nations, including indigenous people. Lenin recognized nationalism could serve as a progressive force in the struggle against imperialism. He supported the right to the colonized peoples to assert their national identity and fight for independence. However, Lenin also emphasized the need for unity among the working class across national and ethnic lines to combat capitalism and imperialism effectively. He believed that national liberation movements should align themselves with the broader proletarian struggle for socialism. So, in summary, Lenin's stance on indigenous nationalism and national liberation was rooted in the principles of self-determination and anti-imperialism, while also emphasizing the importance of class solidarity. All right, so that's his thoughts on that. Let's move on to Mao, who we all know likes to add Marx and Lenin together and add his own. So Mao acknowledged the historical challenges faced by indigenous people within China, particularly in regions like Tibet and Xinjiang. Mao emphasized the importance of equality and autonomy for all nationalists the importance of equality and autonomy for all nationalities within China, including indigenous communities. He recognized the need to address the social and economic disparities experienced by these groups and implementing policies aimed at preserving and promoting their languages, customs, and culture. Mao's efforts also included granting a degree of self-governance to minority regions. So, in summary, Mao's stance on indigenous nationalism emphasized the importance of equality and autonomy for all nationalities within China. His policies aimed at preserving and promoting indigenous cultures while addressing social and economic disparities. So, in conclusion, while each thinker approached the topic differently, their views collectively highlight the importance of addressing historical injustices, promoting equality and autonomy, fostering solidarity in the struggles of indigenous peoples. Their perspectives contribute to the ongoing discussions on indigenous rights, self-determination, and the complexities of nationalism within the broader socio-political contexts. So that's all them. But I want to go into this more, especially the settler colonies and how we don't, here in the colonies, we do not have the right to this culture, because we are the ones who are pushing the cultures onto the indigenous peoples. We brought everything from Western Europe and brought it over here. So we don't have this right to nationalism. Like, we don't have American nationalism, very bad. Canadian nationalism, very fucking bad, okay? So, there is even a question of Mexico, but I won't really touch that because I don't have a right to touch that. But here in North America, we need to side with indigenous nationalism and step away from the Canadian and American nationalism. Okay, so I hope you understood. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to follow. If you enjoyed, please give it a little like. And enjoy the rest of your days. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.